on the mic, bringing truth every day. Real conversations in a biggie way. From London to the world, everybody come join. Biggie, let's start. Every vibes at a time. Biggie, let's start. Biggie, let's start. Biggie, let's start. Biggie, let's start. Right, turn it down and tell your friends worldwide. Biggie, let's start. Biggie, let's start. Biggie, let's start. Bring the vibes, from the vibes, from the start. Biggie, let's start. Say your repressions in the
So now, Biggie, let's talk. Everybody tune in when the beat drop. Biggie, let's talk. Real vibes, real people, never gonna stop. Yeah. Biggie, let's talk. Subscribe to me on YouTube, run it non-stop. Yeah. Biggie, let's talk. Like hype and stuff, take it straight to the top. Yeah. So Biggie, let's talk. Everybody tune in when the beat drop. Biggie, let's talk. Real vibes, real people, never gonna stop. Yeah. Biggie, let's talk. Subscribe to me on YouTube, run it non-stop. Yeah. Biggie, let's talk. Like hype and stuff, take it straight to the top. Yeah. So
Yo, Biggie, let's start. Yo, Biggie, what's the gossip? Interviewing the best, finding out the tips and tricks. Yo, Biggie, let's start. Yo, Biggie, let's start. Yo, Biggie, what's the gossip? Interviewing the best, finding out the tips and tricks. Yo, Biggie, let's start.
Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie inside. Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie, let's talk. Galla maħrijan bolda. YouTube te live hardin crowd rolda. Storjan sarġjan dilton o bolda. Biggie, let's talk. Sin pura holda. yan Dilton o Golda. Biggie let's talk scene pura holda. Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie inside. Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie let's talk. Galam wahriyam bolda. YouTube te live hardin crowd rolda. Storyan saċjan Dilton o Golda. Biggie let's talk scene pura holda. Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie inside. Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie let's talk. Galam wahriyam bolda. YouTube te live hardin crowd rolda. Storyan saċjan Dilton o Golda. Biggie let's talk scene pura holda. Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie inside. Yo, Biggie inside. Biggie let's talk. Galam wahriyam bolda. YouTube te live hardin crowd rolda. Storyan saċjan Dilton o Golda. Biggie let's talk scene pura holda.
On this Yan Subs time, everybody come join. Biggie let's talk. Every voice, every time. Hey, yeah. Biggie let's talk. Right. Share and subscribe. Right. Share and subscribe. Turn it up loud and tell your friends worldwide. Biggie on the mind, bringing truth every day. Real conversations in a biggie way. From London to the world, everybody come join. Biggie let's talk. Every vibes every time. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Right, turn it down and tell your friends worldwide. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Biggie the vibes, from the vibes, from the top. Biggie let's talk. Hey, I represents in a biggie way. From London to the world, everybody come join. Biggie let's talk. Every voice, every time. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Biggie let's talk. Bring it up loud and tell your friends worldwide. Biggie funny mind, bringing truth every day. Real conversations in a biggie way. From London to the world, everybody come join. Biggie let's talk. Talk time. Biggie, let's talk. Biggie. Let's talk. Let's talk. Biggie. Come see me. Biggie, let's talk. Yeah, we bringing that vibe. Real stories, real people. Yeah, we keeping it live. From the streets to the stage. Yeah, we speak from the heart. Biggie, let's talk. Yeah, we setting it up. Oh, Biggie, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Oh, Biggie, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. It's just Biggie Club. Let's talk. Biggie, let's talk. Biggie, let's talk.
Biggie, 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 biggie. Let's talk. Let's talk. Biggie, biggie, biggie. Biggie, biggie, biggie. Let's talk. Let's talk. Biggie, 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 come see me. Biggie, biggie, biggie. Let's talk. Let's talk. Biggie, 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 biggie. Let's talk. Biggie, 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 biggie. Yo, yo. Biggie, 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 biggie inside. Yo, yo. Biggie inside. Biggie inside. Biggie, let's talk. गल्ला वक्रियां बोलदा YouTube ते live हर दिन crowd रोलदा स्टोरियां सच्चियां asset स्टोरियां सच्चियां दिल तो ओ बोलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा Yo, yo, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie, let's talk. गल्लां वक्रियां बोलदा YouTube ते live हर दिन crowd रोलदा स्टोरियां सच्चियां असें स्टोरियां सच्चियां दिल तो ओ बोलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा Yo, 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 Biggie, Biggie, Biggie inside. Yo, yo, Biggie inside. Biggie inside. Biggie, let's talk. गल्लां वक्रियां बोलदा YouTube ते live हर दिन crowd रोलदा स्टोरियां सच्चियां asset स्टोरियां सच्चियां दिल तो ओ बोलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा Yo, yo, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie inside, Biggie, let's talk. गल्लां वक्रियां बोलदा YouTube ते live हर दिन crowd रोलदा स्टोरियां सच्चियां असें स्टोरियां सच्चियां दिल तो ओ बोलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा Yo, 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 Biggie, Biggie, Biggie inside. Yo, yo, Biggie inside. Biggie inside. Biggie, let's talk. गल्लां वक्रियां बोलदा YouTube ते live हर दिन crowd रोलदा स्टोरियां सच्चियां asset स्टोरियां सच्चियां दिल तो ओ बोलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा Biggie, let's talk scene पूरा होलदा
Let's talk. Biggie, Biggie, Biggie on the mic. We're talking truth, no hype. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up.
Listen up, Biggie in the studio, where the real talk flows, yo. The vibe is buzzing, the truth is loud, but Biggie talking calm, keeping it proud.
We got stories of struggle, from hardship to hope, from the block to the globe.
Yo, Biggie, break it down, break it clear. No filter, no lie, just sincere.
Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up.
We talk about money, we talk about pain. The pain of the youth, the loss of the main. Biggie talk about love, about family ties. All the good and all the lies.
We break the chains of ignorance, show the truth with our own language.
We're building a bridge over the storm. Keep it steady, keep it warm.
Follow Biggie, 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 hit like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything and hear what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. let's light things up. So let's light things up.
From the suburb to the skyline, from the sunrise to the shine.
We're turning the page, turning the page. We'll break the walls, we'll break the cage.
Biggie on mic with heat to your ear. What's happening in the world, no fear. We talk about peace, we talk about love. We talk about hope like a dove.
We keep the rhythm, keep the rhyme. We'll light the way through the night. Follow Biggie, 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 hit it like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about the life we walk. Drop everything, get it till what's up. It's Biggie time, so let's light things up. Biggie, 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 hit it like and let's talk. We're not about drama, just about.
Okay.
Oh, my mic was muted. I was talking all along. Anyway,
Yes, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
We'll talk episode 36. I'm with this man here today, Mark Relic, a mindset coach, a motivational person, setting people on the right tracks, and basically the jack of all trades, just a fully fledged coach. How you doing, Mark? You good?
I am most fantastic. Thank you. How are you?
Can you hear me okay now?
I hear you fine. Yes, and I'm
Perfect.
glad I'm good.
Thank you very much for coming on Biggie Let's Talk, Mark. So, Mark, tell us
Pleasure's
about yourself. In case I missed something in that introduction, because I had to cut it short because my mic was muted. Tell me who you are and what you do.
Well, I'll be happy to. Well, to share a little bit about me, actually, to be honest, every time I take a trail of talking about me, I feel very, very strange because that's usually not what I do. I don't talk about myself. It's just feels funny. I let other people do that. But yeah,
definitely.
I mean, there's a lot I do. I mean, basically, I combine three things, which are teaching, coaching, and writing. I combine them into one whole circle, and basically, I educate people and I help them to achieve their goals, whatever they may be, whether it's a business or private goals or whatever goals they have. So basically, I enforce impact on these goals they have, and we realize them together. And basically, we could together we come to breakthroughs. So this has been my life for over 10 years, and you know what? As far as I can tell you, I think living my purpose and the meaning.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I mean that's.
So obviously, I can sense a little bit of an accent. Where are you from?
Well, now I'm in Serbia in Balkans. I am very close to you.
Yeah,
I've never been to UK, by the way, but
You haven't. You need to come
my
over here.
accent is mixed, basically. You know what's funny, because I'm a nomad and I travel a lot. So I
So you
sometimes
pick up different accents.
yeah, exactly. That's it. That's what happens, especially when I'm tired. When I'm tired, all the accents they mix.
Or when you've had a drink,
Sure.
then everything comes out. Okay, so what does mindset mean to you, Mark?
What's that?
What does mindset mean to you?
What? Oh, a lot actually. Well, mindset means everything to me because I mean I'm a mindset coach, as you said, and so mindset is like to me it's a habitual thing, because mindset comes from standards, basically.
Okay, would you say like having a positive attitude is mindset or
Sure.
attitude?
For sure, positive attitude, yeah. Right on the money, yeah. But I have to be honest. Positive attitude is something I get. Like I get that, but I have to admit that I don't rely so much on positive attitude after you put yourself through something, because I'm a strategist, and positive attitude is fine, but it's not lasting while you
Yeah,
are
true.
considering your next step. Because if you don't move your body, if you don't get physical with your body, I don't care how positive you are, you're gonna go down.
100%. Okay, do you believe mindset can be changed from birth? So
So,
if
well,
you're
I
born
mean,
the way you are,
for
can it
sure.
change?
Let me put it this way. Whether that's something we are born with or not, it's surely something that we can develop. You know. But the different question I would ask is what gives us the reason. Now that's where I step in.
Yeah,
What gives us the reason? Because I mean, every story starts from these couple of questions. Like, okay, like what is your reason? Why? What is it? Why is it? Okay, because if you have that as basics, you can basically do anything. If you have answer to this question, this may sound like a little bit corny,
yeah,
and like
I know what you mean. Yeah,
okay, you are not discovering any hot water over here, but it's true. You know, those who practice it, they can testify to that. You know, and I'm in business of testifying.
okay, what experiences had the biggest impact on your mindset?
Actually, quite a few. I can tell you that whatever I do, I like to be surprised.
Yeah,
You know, surprise is a key element for me, whether I'm coaching or I'm teaching or I'm writing. You know, because without a surprise, I that's what I go for. At any moment, if I'm not surprised, I try to change the game and look for that surprise, because surprise, it comes organic. I'm pretty organic person, and so that means that if I take on something, you take or some endeavor or whatever I'm
yeah,
into.
yeah.
If I'm not surprised, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I mean, I can do it for sure. I mean, it's just rhetorics, but it doesn't hold the same promise.
Okay, how do you deal with? Obviously, you must deal with so many people coaching them, but how do you deal with people that have got self doubt, or they lack motivation, or they're negative?
Right. I couldn't tell you how many people come to me this way. You know, so I always had the same question for them right off the bat. First question is like, okay, I mean, how the biggest actually question is how long are you going to be able to tolerate this state?
True.
Because after a while, it's just natural human law that this state, and I intentionally use that word state, is unsustainable. You have to change things. And so, people who struggle with this and anxiety and
Yeah.
confidence and self-doubt, identity, all the list goes on and on and on. And so what I do is I come up with a strategy for all of them, ice breaking strategy, which I tell them, okay, if you follow this direction, you are going to achieve the goal. Because
Yeah.
keep in mind, things you do, I don't care what they are, things you do, it's not about being pleasant. It's about creating results. What gives results?
Okay,
It's
so
not about,
when you coach,
am I going to be happy with this?
yeah,
Am I going to be like, oh, satisfied and all that? Oh, am I going to be happy? I don't care if you're happy, if you as long as you do it, because ultimately it's about producing results.
100%. So when you coach, do you coach one to one, or do you coach like do you go into a company and coach groups of people?
Both. I yeah. Corporate, firm, 101 group, you name it.
So you do all sorts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, what's the biggest misconception people have about success or mindset?
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess based on what I can tell you, is that the biggest misconception is that is becoming successful and famous and rich overnight.
suppose everybody wants that, don't they?
It doesn't go that way.
Yeah,
Because,
true.
let me tell you something. You can see a successful person. Absolutely. Actually, I'm not sure if you followed this recently, but this year, including last year, UK and USA and some countries in Asia, they produced more successful people than in the last decade.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Now, what does that tell you? I mean, this is amazing.
That means you're
When
doing
you
a great job.
Right. When you see these people, there's no mistake how they got there, but you say, oh, it's easy for them. They just got there. They just got, like, now you see them and you haven't seen them. Believe me, they went through all ups and downs to get there. They failed miserably repeatedly until they reached that state.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, what
Absolutely.
daily habits do you do yourself to keep on that positive mindset?
Well, I mean, a lot actually. Okay, I guess I can give you some points about my daily habits. I mean, the nature of my business is I get up very early. My day starts at like 5 because I'm like a vampire. I don't sleep.
Yeah.
And so yeah, first thing I do is every morning, I don't care how I feel, every morning I jump in a cold plunge. I do, and then I just drink a bunch of water, and then I start my day with a short shot of espresso. That's my treat in the morning. After that, I become a Superman, and like I hit the rest of my day. But basically, I'm active a lot. My morning is very, very active because I have many over 12 actively working hours, combining all I told you I do. And so and after that, I'm active in sports every day, every single day. I do some walking. I swim. I ride my bike. I exercise, work out every single day. I don't take a day off from exercising. It's amazing.
Brilliant.
And so yeah, one of my goals is to beat aging, to practice age reverse.
You did a great job of it.
Right.
And then when you find
Everybody
the
tells
secret,
me
let me
that.
know as well.
No. Because another point I would make about this, and this is very significant, is I do a lot of grounding. Some people say grounding, some people say meditation, some people say
Yeah. I was
they
about to say, what do
use
you think about grounding?
yeah. It's actually a part of everyday practice.
100%.
I've been doing this for a long time. So I take great pride in that because I found out what it can do.
Definitely.
What it can do, because I mean it's just amazing. It doesn't cost anything and it's very beneficial. I mean, people out there try it. Yeah.
Okay, how important is gratitude? So if you help somebody, how important is that?
Well,
When
it's very important.
when developing a positive mindset.
Yeah. Gratitude is very important. I mean, also something that's part of my everyday life. I don't choose time to be grateful, but I practice that every single moment. But what changes, I have to say, what changes is the system, like the way you practice that gratitude. Gratitude doesn't always. Gratitude doesn't only come from achieving something. For example, it can come from the most banal situation, like helping somebody on the street, feeding some people, doing a good deed. Sometimes you just don't think about it, just do it. Don't think, because the more you think about it, the more you are going to bounce off it. And so yeah, I guess gratitude is important because it puts things into perspective if you think about it, right?
Yeah, 100%
and
agree.
Right.
And it doesn't cost nothing to show some appreciation,
Exactly.
to say thank you.
For sure.
100%.
As long as you know what are the things you're grateful for.
Yeah,
that's significant.
definitely.
So yeah, it's a good reflection.
You touched on this a little bit before, but how do you stay motivated and yourself?
for sure.
You touch on your morning routine.
Yeah. So I gotta tell you a funny story. I mean, when you say motivated, you know, I mean, I appreciate it big time, but I gotta tell you, I understand and I accept, I get motivation, but I'm not in the business of motivation. I'm business of strategy.
Yeah.
So you can go along with that. That's fine. I hear people talk bunch about, oh, I'm not motivated. Oh, I wasn't motivated.
Or I can't
That's
be
why I
bothered.
didn't do something. I wasn't motivated, and I hear that, and I smile, because actually you can be motivated, and after a while, motivation can play ping pong with you.
Definitely.
So if you reverse the story, if you change the story here and you come up with a strategy, I don't care about how motivated you are if something doesn't give you enough reasons. So back to gratification. So I don't really rely on motivation, to be honest, but I rely more on strategy, because that's after all what I do. If you come up with the right strategy, you know, you are there. You're just right there. The only thing you need is consistency and strategy, and you're there, buddy. You're there.
Okay, what does resilience mean to you?
Well, I mean, that comes in time, you know. Actually, resilience shows how strong you are, obviously.
Yeah.
And believe me, I have fair share of mine, because actually, you know, when I was younger, I was very, very fragile, like big time fragile, because I was born. I'm not so sure if you notice these two sides. I was born with the left side completely disconnected and non-functional. This is how I am from the day one. And actually, first off, I could just move enough fingers on my left hand. Nobody thought I would survive. No, everybody gave up on me. Nobody thought. It was a very, very tough period. And like I said, nobody believed I would survive. But someone out there wanted me to live. And that's a big time gratification I practice every single day. So, you know, that story itself sets the stage for everything
going.
else.
That's right, yeah.
You know? Yeah. And this is just the beginning. I mean, you know, I came across these life circumstances that called reality, right? And so something that you just simply have to go through, you know, some hardships, and actually, while realizing what your true identity is, you know, and what you are set to what you are set to this planet to do, you know. So I guess, you know, to go back to resilience, sometimes I hear some people say, okay, if you feel enough pain, your level of resilience rises.
Okay.
I can accept that, sure.
Makes sense.
I appreciate everybody's experience, but yeah, I think that's kind of the point. I mean, because everybody thinks pain is bad. Pain is a great teacher, great teacher.
You know, I agree with you. You know that, you're right.
Absolutely, because I mean, if you come from a point of philosophical standpoint, you know, every time I felt pain, I learned something.
That's right, yeah.
Oh yeah, and I welcome pain big time. So that's why, I mean, if I didn't believe in that, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
Tell me about a time you wanted to quit, but then you didn't, and what did you do to stop yourself? Or what advice do you give others?
Well, I don't. Right. No. I can't remember really that I ever had the situations I want to give up, because that's just not my nature. Although, no, not really. Although, I mean, I couldn't consciously remember any of those. But you know, but sometimes I have a feeling that something is too much of a bite, too big of a bite, you know. And but that's a challenge for me, because going back to the resilience, you know, because if you practice resilience, if you think about being resilient so much, you know, giving up is simply not a vocabulary. It's simply not.
Okay, you kind of answered this on how do you bounce back from failure. Can resilience be learned, or is it something you're born with?
Well, I mean, it's really the question now, is it whether this is something that we're born with? For sure, this is a path. You are on a path to realize that for yourself, and it comes down to what you appreciate and what you learn to appreciate. You know, so I guess the greatest aspect of this point is to educate yourself in every possible way.
Okay. What's been the toughest lesson that has been taught to you? Apart from like when you said you were younger and you're born with that defect, anything else?
Well, I mean, I remember consciously, at least, I remember that I had a few of them. But this was a higher force. Whether I had a break of some kind, or I had to take a break because I needed to reset for some reason, or I was in the middle of something else, you know. So yeah, I mean, setbacks were all these breaks. So yeah, I mean, it's like you know, trying to figure out.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not a bad thing. People think it's a negative thing, but sometimes you got to stop, reset, and then.
Well, there you go.
100%.
Going back to mindset, yeah. Going back to mindset. I mean, people think, right? I mean, the way you think is the way your life is.
Okay.
Right?
Do you think discipline is more important than motivation?
Absolutely. If I didn't believe in that, I wouldn't be here talking with you.
Okay. How do you stay so consistent every day? I know you got your routine.
Right. So, well, I mean, consistency comes from what you believe it's right. You know. So it's consistency comes from this. So I guess if you study this on a daily basis, consistency also comes from not thinking about it actually all the time, because if you think about it all the time, I think you would be less consistent, if that makes sense.
If it's in your head all the time,
because I mean, exactly, you get too wrapped up in your thoughts,
100%.
and of course your mind tells you all sorts of things why you shouldn't do it. So what story are you going to believe? What story are you going to believe? A story that you are not worth it, and that you shouldn't do something, or you get to work and actually be productive and being useful.
Okay, what mindset habits should everyone do daily?
Say that again.
Mindset habits should everyone get into a daily routine with?
Like we said before, being grateful, and being respectful, contributing and being useful. Those are main points. So as you go along with them, you can discover greatly how your story evolves in many, many beautiful, great ways.
Perfect. Okay, somebody wanted to change their life today with a positive mindset. What's one habit they can change? What they can do?
Like I said before, yeah, this is a story we tell ourselves. And as far as I'm concerned, every story starts with these couple of questions. First question, like I said before, first question is, what do you want? Everybody wants something, but sometimes people don't realize they want the wrong thing. Well, okay, maybe not the wrong thing, but a different thing they think. So what do you want? What do you want? And once you realize what you want, why you want that? These basic core questions, if you come to think about it. So what do you want and why do you want it? Once you have these, once you realize them at any point, then you go forward. I mean, why stopping there? When you have them, then you realize, okay, what am I willing to do to get that? What am I willing to do to get that? If you master these three basic aspects, there's nothing you can achieve.
Fantastic. Excellent. 100% agree. Okay, you're an author as well. You wrote a book called The Monster. Have you got it there?
Yes, for sure. Yes, I can use it just a second to show everybody if everybody can see it. Okay.
There you go, guys. The Monster.
There you go.
Okay, what inspired you to write it?
Actually, you know,
and what the type of monster?
For sure. Monster is the third in a series, the series of novels, and it came about actually a few years ago, but now it's republished, and now and now it has a worldwide publication. Um, so story. I mean, a story is a human story. I'm deeply drawn to human stories. It's about a musician, obviously, but I have to be careful not to reveal too much, not to
Yeah.
divulge. No, because for one simple reason, the nature of my creative writing is if I tell you anything, I mean, I may divulge a lot because the nature of this story is that you find out
You
as you
got
go
on. Yeah,
along,
you want
as
people
you
to, you don't
read,
want to spoil it too.
because the story unravels itself. So, but what I can tell you is that, and everybody else, of course, is that this is a human story about a identity and about bouncing back from a losing yourself in a very dramatic situation. Because ultimately, it's about identity and about who this person is. Basically, he's a musician. He's a trumpet player. Very successful at that. But then, of course, something happens. I'm not gonna say what it is. Something happens, and he has to bounce back because the only thing I would say is he loses by chance. He loses his ability to play, which for him is absolutely
Yeah.
devastating because that was the only thing he knew. So how to
Okay.
bounce back? Basically, to rebuild his
How
life.
did you get
That's
into
like
writing? Have you always been a writer, or is this your first book?
no, no, no. No, absolutely not. Actually, my writing career, I think it takes like over somewhat over 10 years. Because when I was a kid, I couldn't possibly imagine myself with a book.
Yeah.
No, true story. Reading, who wants to read? What is the fun in
Yeah.
that? But then, I remember that I was I was very
Uh-huh.
young, like 10ish or something like that, and I was waiting for lunch. My mom was making me lunch, and I saw this book. I don't even remember what book that was. I saw it on a sofa, and I guess I was bored, and I sat and I took the book and I opened it, and all of a sudden, everything I saw, the pictures, the text, the paragraphs, the words, it incredibly made
That's
sense
the
to me.
power of
And
reading,
I'm like,
isn't it?
what is this? Yeah. The power of reading came afterwards, big
Yeah.
time. But this is something I recognized back then. So for me, it came from many different
Okay.
directions.
What
But
message can people take away from the monster book, from your book?
well, I mean, the peculiar thing about the monster and other novels I wrote is that the biggest message, I mean, based on people what they tell me, is that they realize that story for themselves. Nobody has the same impression, which is
Yeah.
beautiful. That's exactly why I wrote them. These novels are not the novels that you read and then, okay, I agree. Just nod your head. That's it.
You take something
No,
away from it.
that's not what I'm doing. Exactly. So if you don't have questions after this one, because I'm in a business of asking provocative questions. Okay, if this provokes you in any way of asking questions, like, okay, I mean, so where do we go from here? I mean, what does this mean? Because actually, while you are reading this, it's the nature of the creative writing as this, like, as you read, millions of zillions, gazillions of questions are opening in your mind about what you think you'll read as you go
Yeah.
along, and coming up with your own questions about your identity, about your potential, about your talent, about something that you are born with, and something you should focus on to develop in order to achieve anything you want.
Okay. Was the book challenging for you to write?
This one, the monster, yeah, well, I mean, it's not the like the others, but because when I was writing this, I already had some elements from before. For example, I had a character who actually was written in another novel that I'm actually revising now. So I mean, basically, this story was about like a puzzle putting together, which was very exciting because I was just enjoying the process. Other than just going through a guillotine of like, oh, how do I do this?
So how many
And so-
books has Mark?
and
Mark, how many books has Mark Relic?
well, I mean, like I said, the monster is the third in a series.
Okay.
The third in a series, but now I'm working on 3 more titles, and actually I am thinking about adding a previously written book of short stories into a novella. So I have my hands full.
So are they all
3 so
different
far,
books, or do they interlink? So do you have to read the first one to understand the monster?
For sure. No. You can find them all together. And if you haven't read the previous ones, no. You absolutely don't need to read them before, because they are separate stories.
Okay, where can people buy your book?
So they can go. I mean, obviously, like I said before, they're worldwide.
I saw it's on Amazon, isn't it? I saw it on Amazon.
Yeah. Every major online platform. But I would suggest it's easier for them. I would suggest to go directly on my webpage, markrelic.com, because direct links are there, and it's much easier, I think. So and moreover, once they go there, they can actually find other interesting articles and blogs and links from before, so they can have their fun.
Okay, before I get to a quick fire round, what's your social media handles?
My social
Your
media
handles, so your Facebook, your Instagram, and you
all
mentioned your
of
website.
Yeah, all of those. Yeah. The only platform I don't have is Twitter. Everything else I have.
Which is what? Well, Mark Relic.
Mark Relic, yeah. Everything is Mark Relic, yeah.
Okay, quick fire round. Tea or coffee? You answered this already, didn't you? You're a coffee person, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I appreciate tea, but coffee is my choice.
Early bird or night bat, or night owl?
Early bird.
Favorite book?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Not the monster.
I mean, okay. I mean, it's not well, sure. I mean, I know that I'm supposed to say monster, but no. I would say the one of the greatest titles that left an impact on me is, I would say, The Shack. William Paul Young, The Shack, definitely. Yeah, I would point that out.
Brilliant. Okay, favorite author, and your favorite author.
Oh, actually, my favorite writer is Norwegian, Erland Loe. I'm not sure if you heard about him.
No.
So, he's well, I mean, you can look it up. I mean, Erland Loe. He is he's a Norwegian writer. So I think actually I had a favorite writer before him, because I started reading when I was just very, very little, and American author Paul Auster was my favorite. Everything changed for me. It was revolutionary. And I said, okay.
Okay, one word that describes you.
One word that describes me. Well, 2 actually. Energy and perseverance. Consistency. Energy and consistency.
Okay, what's been your biggest achievement so far?
My entire life.
Yeah. And do you have any fears? What's your biggest fear?
No, okay, so my life, and okay. I may add obviously that I am enjoying the fruitful life right now, because obviously over the years I've achieved, and I realized my dream through my practice now, my 3 elements that I mentioned. So So I am just overjoyed to serve people and help them to realize their goals. That's my greatest achievement.
So all your education was that in Serbia?
Yes and no. Since this coaching started for me, I did it elsewhere. I was attending this coaching school in Los Angeles, California, and I shifted to UK actually. There's a university there coaching, one of the greatest ones. So I discovered that they're very useful what they do. I like their work, but you know how it is now. I mean, everything is digital. So I finished like a gentleman. I attended online. But yeah.
Okay. One quote you live by.
Oh,
You have
quote I
any
live
favorite
by.
quotes?
Time is now.
Like it. Okay, fantastic, Mark. And Mark, if you could give last question before penultimate, if you could give one piece of advice to a younger Mark, what would it be?
Okay, well, younger Mark is a very funny guy. Let me tell you. No, I would just say, don't be afraid to be brave. Be brave. Be brave. And also, be brave, and everything you do, make sure you give your absolute best 100%. Absolute best 100%, because if you do that, everything else is a child's play.
Okay, I'll tell a lie. There's one more question. Is somebody listening today? What message would you give them that they can take away from this today? Talking to you.
Well, I mean, I would say, like the advice I give to myself, I would say, don't be afraid to step off. Don't be afraid to move, to take that step forward. And I am not sure how this is going to sound, but don't be afraid to fail, because you are going to fail eventually. Don't be afraid of that, because you always can bounce back. That's why you learn to appreciate small things. You learn to appreciate small things, and you practice gratitude. If you have that, life will be very kind and generous to you. That's a promise.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with pressing that reset button every now and again.
Absolutely.
100%. Okay, Mark, before we finish up, did you manage to get me a nomination? Somebody from your network that's happy to come on and talk to me.
Sure. Yeah. Well, no, actually, yeah. I was thinking about this. I mean, I have a who is, and there's no one more than I would refer. So he is a great artist who is the best at what he does, and he absolutely
So what does he do? Make comic books?
deserves to be referred.
Fantastic.
As well. So I think he will.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Just send me his details over the phone, and I'll reach out to him.
Good fit. I'll share it to you later.
Thank you very much, Mark. Once again, all the best. Thank you, sir. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Give Mark a follow as well on social media handles. And I'll catch you next week. Actually, I'm back on Tuesday night. Monday night, Tuesday night, one of those. I'll have to check my social media myself. But Mark, thank you very much, sir. All the best. Take care and good luck with your journey. Thank you. Peace out, guys.
For sure.